Hi, in this video I want to talk about proportionality for two reasons. For one, so I could teach people about proportionality in general. And for two, a lot of my videos include proportionality. And if you could just watch this video first, it'll help you understand the concepts that I'm talking about inside of other videos on my science channel. And from here on, let me explain proportionality. So there's two types of proportionality. They have direct proportionality and they have inverse proportionality. Direct proportionality is whenever two variables are in a ratio and that ratio is always constant. So let's say you have this variable x and the variable y is in this ratio, which is fraction, equal to this constant. That means that if I double y, that x would double. And this 2 over 2 would just equal 1. And this whole thing would be multiplied by 1, making it to where anytime I increase this variable increases to where it's always equal to a constant. The ratio is always equal to a constant. And an example of this is Hooke's law. That's where the restorative force of a spring is proportional, it's directly proportional to the displacement of the spring from the equilibrium point. And it's equal to the spring's constant, which is the constant of proportionality. And the way this can be interpreted is that, let's say if I double the displacement, how much the spring is displaced from equilibrium point, let's say by 2, the force doubles. The restorative force doubles. And 3 times the displacement, the force triples. And on the right side of the equation, this can be understood as how much force per meter, the spring has. So in other words, if you was how much force every meter is added to each meter. And as far as inverse proportionality, that's whenever two variables, the product of two variables is always equal to a constant. So let's say I have this variable x and this variable y. If I was to increase x by 2, y would be halved, given that the constant on the right side is constant. So for example, they have Newton's second law of motion. That's mass times acceleration is equal to force. So given I have a constant force, the left side of the equation can be interpreted as if I have double the mass, the acceleration would be halved. And if I triple it, the acceleration would be 1/3 smaller. And on the right side, it's just interpreted as a force. And as far as proportionality goes, that's all I have to share for this video. See you later.